Hello everyone and welcome. I'm Beastly Eel, and in today's video we're going to be talking about the latest episode of Kite-Man Hell Yeah. So there are some spoilers ahead, so if you have not seen it and want to be kept out of the spoilers, I highly recommend you either pausing the video or just stopping the video entirely, watching the episode, and then coming back to see the video. However, if you don't care about spoilers or you don't think that this is going to be something that will spoil you, well, you've been warned. The reason why I say that is because for once this is the first episode that actually feels like there's some sort of motivation going forward. So as we know, Golden Glider's mom is back in the picture. Apparently is not a fan of Golden Glider. She wants to get out of the place as quickly as possible. In fact, she doesn't want to stay there any longer than she has to. She's now finding out how much rent is I don't want to say owed, but I guess is needed to like get a place of her own, and she's like, I can't afford that, so I'm gonna be stuck here forever. And of course, Kite Man's kind of just like trying to be the positive light, and that's what makes Golden Glider's mom hate it even more. And apparently, there's a lot of eventually she basically knocks down Kite Man enough to break him. Basically she states like, you are a nobody, you are worth nothing, you have no powers, and basically you're not good enough, not even for my daughter, but not for anybody in the world, so what's the point? So that kind of breaks him a little bit, realizing that he wants powers and everything else, and so that way he could be somebody of stature in the future. So Golden Glider tries to get her mom to do things with her and basically try to talk and get a better understanding like where she was, what's going on, what was happening all those years, and like why she was in the pit. So apparently she decides to have a mother-daughter day, and Golden Glider's mom is so against it, 100% against it. Malice finds the itinerary for the day and starts reading it out loud, and that's when her mother decides that Malice should join them on Mother-Daughter Day. And Golden Glider was not thrilled with that at all because she's not her daughter, and she's like, well, at least we'll have fun. And that really hurt Golden Glider. So the whole day is basically Malice. To be fair, Malice I don't think was purposely trying to mess with Golden Glider's relationship with her mother. However, apparently her mother loved Malice a heck of a lot more than she liked Golden Glider, without even a question, without even a doubt. And, you know, between them getting nipple piercings and everything else, it finally got to the point where both Malice and Malice kind of got into an argument with Golden Glider, basically stating how the day was boring and that she needed to have fun a little. And that basically Golden Glider was like, well, this is supposed to be a mother-daughter's day. Like, it's not meant to be, you know, you and my mother. And Golden Glider is basically realizing that she doesn't have as good of a relationship with her mother, and yet yet Malice has this great relationship with her mother, better than she has ever had, and she doesn't understand why. Frankly, really, either does anybody else. But my guess would be, is personality-wise, they're very similar. So they go back home, and that's when Golden Glider's mother basically explains, like, hey, like, I didn't want to deal with you kids to begin with, and not only that, you destroyed your father, turned him into a puddle of goo. Why was I going to stick around with you for you to just do it to me in the future? She goes, I got out of there because I didn't want to be a parent, and I don't want to be a parent. And that really, really messed with Golden Glider. Hit her right in the feels. We then had Kite Man looking around to figure out how he can get powers. So there's this guy, specifically, I cannot think of his name now, and I'm going to be so mad. Edridge? I can't remember his name now. It's going to bother me. Because he's the demon, so he's the guy who turns, who says the rhymes, who turns into the demon, who then basically lives forever. And He apparently has this store, or had this store, which would then, for payment, give you abilities. However, it's been bought out by vegans, and the only way that powers would be given out is if he goes to the CEO himself. So he comes up with this great, elaborate scheme to get in there. He's basically just being super nice to everyone. So he goes in, sweet talks everyone, gets his way right into the door of the CEO, tries to convince her to give him powers, and she agrees on one condition: that he sells her his kite to pay for his powers. And this is where we get a huge, like, not snapback. We basically get this huge um, flashback of him with his kite and how they've basically done so much together that made him who he is today. And he gives it up because he wants to do better with with Golden Glider, to give her the man that she's supposed to be with. So he then agrees, reluctantly, but does so, and he's given powers. So before we get into his powers, let's talk about what was happening at the bar. So apparently, our friend, the Siamese twin, who now has the Queen of Fables as his other half, begin to have disagreements on how their body should be run. They get into a huge fight to the point where she kills the only mob tailor in town. He basically calls her all these names, and the two of them begin to fight. It's very weird, mostly due to the fact that they share a body. They get into a fight to the point where they get turned on by each other and begin to make out. It is a very weird scene, but I had to bring it up because if I had to watch that scene, so do you. Even if it's just me telling you that scene. That's when Kite Man comes back. However, he's not Kite Man anymore. He is now Beast Mode. And apparently his power is being a douche. So he comes out, he's taller, more muscular. He's got the similar colors to Kite Man, obviously. And his powers are, how do I phrase this? Every time he flips somebody off, he causes them some sort of mischief or pain. So he's flipped off one, and they got like nipple twisters, wedgies, um, groin kick or hits, and things of that nature. Hair pulls, I believe. Pants being pants. That's another one, which is so weird. And he's basically, his superpower is being a douche. Golden Glider sees who he is. They have a conversation upstairs. He basically states how, he's better now than he's ever been, and that Kite Man was a loser. And she's like, but Kite Man's who I loved. And she goes, if you're not going to be him, then get out. And he goes, fine, I'll just find somebody better. And he leaves. And the episode ends with the weirdest, how do I phrase this? Like the weirdest, like, ending scene. And the reason why I say it that way is because apparently this is the CEO of Villigan's basic plan from the get-go is apparently to make Kite Man douchey to get what she wants. We don't know what she wants. Apparently she wants some sort of package, which makes me think that it is the anti-life equation, but I'm not quite sure how it connects. So, like, I don't know how she would know that it was like, it's there. So it's like very confusing on that piece. But she wants something, and Kite Man is somehow being with these powers gives her the ability to find what it is she wants. So I'm going right now with it being the anti-life equation, just because we've already seen it exist as the package or a package. Other than that, though, I can't think of anything else that she would want that Kite Man somehow has, that I'm unaware of. But yeah, overall, this was actually one of the better episodes, I thought. Like, more heartfelt, but also like plot driven, which is weird to say about Kite-Man Hell Yeah. But yeah, very much looking forward to. I mean, it still has the humor and everything else. That's never going to change. But pushing the plot forward in a way that I wasn't prepared for. And although we kind of knew that the CEO of Villigans is going to be the main villain, I guess, it seems that she has a much more devious plot for the future. And I'm very curious to see where that leads. But overall, I thought this episode was great. Let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. Did you like it? Did you not? And why? And as always, if you like the content you see, please make sure to like and subscribe down below. Other than that, this is going to be Beastly Eel signing out. Have a great night. Bye-bye.